Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Refined, the podcast where we help you speak real English, confident English, every single day. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. So happy to be here today.
Today, we're covering something that is going to completely change how you think about speaking English. Not a grammar rule, not a tense table, not a vocabulary list with 500 words, just 9 verbs. 9 small verbs that fluent speakers use constantly in every conversation, every situation, every single day. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly which 9, how they work, and how to start using them right now to speak more fluently, more naturally, and more confidently. Before we start, please subscribe to English Refined. New episode every single day. And share this with one friend who wants to finally speak English fluently. Okay, let's go. Sarah, how are you doing today?
Really well, actually. I've been making plans for the weekend.
Oh, nice. What are you doing?
Ria is coming to visit, so we're going to have dinner together. I need to make a reservation at that new restaurant near the park.
Oh, I've heard great things about that place. Did you get a chance to look at the menu?
Not yet. I keep putting it off. I need to take care of it today.
Classic Sarah, always putting things off until the last minute.
I know. Okay, I will do it after this episode, I promise.
Good, make sure you do.
Alex, did you notice something just now?
What?
Making plans, have dinner, make a reservation, get a chance, putting it off, take care of it. Do it.
Oh, we used loads of combinations without even thinking about it.
And every single one used just one of 9 verbs. 9 verbs covering everything we just said. And that is today's topic.
Alex, when you're in a conversation and you want to say something, what actually happens in your brain?
Honestly, I think of the idea first, then I search for the right words, then I check the grammar, then I speak.
How long does that take?
Sometimes too long. By the time I'm ready, the conversation has already moved on.
Exactly. And that's the problem most learners face. Not a lack of vocabulary, not bad grammar, too much time searching. Fluent speakers don't search, they retrieve.
What's the difference?
Searching, your brain scans, evaluates, selects, constructs, 4 steps, 2 seconds, and the moment is gone. Retrieving, your brain reaches for one ready-made piece, one chunk already built, already waiting, instant, no construction required. That's why these 9 verbs change everything. They create hundreds of ready-made chunks, chunks that fluent speakers have stored and can retrieve instantly in any situation. So fluency isn't about knowing more verbs, it's about knowing these 9 deeply, in combination as ready-made chunks. Once you have them, your English just flows, without searching, without freezing, without translating. Let's learn them.
These are the most confused pair in English, and the confusion disappears the moment you stop trying to translate them, because in many languages, there's just one word for both. In English, they have completely different jobs.
Make is about outcomes, things you create, things you produce. When you make something, something new exists that didn't exist before. I need to make a decision. You're producing a decision, creating it. She made a great point in the meeting. That point came from her. We are making real progress. Progress is being created. He made a mistake. The mistake was produced by him. In daily conversation, make a plan, make dinner, make an effort, all creating, all producing, all make.
Do is about activities, things you perform, things you carry out. I need to do some research, performing a task. She did her best. She performed at her highest level. Can you do me a favor? Perform something for me. I have so much to do today, so many tasks to perform. In daily conversation, do the dishes, do some shopping, do damage, all performing, all executing, all do.
Now, Alex, let me show everyone why knowing these chunks makes you fluent. Imagine someone asks you, have you thought about the project? Without chunks, your brain searches, Yes, I was thinking about the project. Too slow, too hesitant. But with chunks ready, you just reach. Yes, I've been making progress. I just need to make a few more decisions and then I can do a full review. 3 chunks, instant, natural, confident. Making progress, make decisions, do a review. All retrieved, not built. That's the difference.
Can I tell you something embarrassing?
Always.
Last year, someone asked me, "Did you do a mistake or make a mistake?" And I stood there for 10 seconds thinking, which one? Which one? And I said, I did a mistake. Completely wrong.
Oh, Alex.
I know, I know. But now, make a mistake. Always, instantly, no thinking, because I stored it as one chunk.
Exactly. Take is about deliberate action when you choose to do something intentionally. I need to take a break. I'm choosing to stop deliberately. She took a risk. She chose to risk something on purpose. He took responsibility. He chose to own it. Let's take a different approach. We're choosing a new direction. In daily conversation, take care of it, take your time, take a chance, take notes, all deliberate, all chosen, all take. Get is about change. Something shifts. A situation moves from one state to another. I'm getting better at this. Changing, improving. She got tired halfway through. Her state changed. We finally got results. Results arrived, something shifted. He got home late. Location changed. Get is the most powerful verb on this entire list. Researchers estimate it appears in over 400 different combinations in English. 400 situations, one verb. In daily conversation, get started, get back to you, get along with, get over it, get used to. All change, all movement, all get. Why does this make you fluent? Because instead of thinking, I want to say things are improving and results are coming, you just reach. We are getting better results and things are getting back on track. To get chunks, instant, natural, flowing, retrieved, not built. Most people think have is only about possession. I have a car, I have a house. But have is so much more than that. Have is the verb of experience. Let's have a conversation about this. Experiencing a conversation together. She had a great time. She experienced something enjoyable. Can I have a look? Can I experience seeing this? We had a long discussion. We experienced that discussion. In daily conversation, have a meeting, have a coffee, have a go, have concerns, have a word with someone. All experiences, all have. Give is about interaction, contributing something to someone else. Can you give me some feedback? She gave a brilliant presentation. Give me a call later. Give it a go. In daily conversation, give someone a chance, give feedback, give someone the green light, give someone a break. All interaction, all contribution, all give. Now, why does this create fluency? Because instead of saying, can we experience a conversation about this? Nobody says that. You just reach. Can we have a quick conversation? I want to give you some feedback. 2 chunks, instant. Have a conversation, give feedback. Retrieved, natural, fluent. These 3 confuse people most because they all feel like they do the same thing, but they don't. Each one has a very specific job. Put is about placing, moving something into a position. Can you put this in perspective? Place it in context. Help me see it clearly. She put a lot of effort into it. She placed effort there. Let's put together a plan, placing pieces together. He put his ideas on the table, made them visible. In daily conversation, put pressure on someone, put something off, put someone at ease. All placing, all positioning, all put. Set is about establishing, creating conditions for something to happen. Let's set a date, establishing when something will happen. She set very high standards. She established them. We need to set clear goals, make them exist. He set the tone for the whole meeting, established the atmosphere. In daily conversation, set a deadline, set expectations, set things in motion, all establishing, all creating conditions, all set.
Go is about movement, change, direction. Things are going well, moving in a good direction. Let's go over the details. Move through them, review them. Go ahead, move forward, continue. Something went wrong. Things moved in the wrong direction. In daily conversation, go over something, go from there, go wrong, go ahead. All movement, all go.
And here's the beautiful difference between all three, using just one meeting. Before the meeting, you set the agenda, you establish it. During the meeting, you go over the points, you move through them. After the meeting, you put together a plan, you place the pieces together. Put, set, go. 3 verbs, 3 completely different jobs, 1 meeting. Once you feel that difference, you will never confuse them again. Now, the big question, how do you make all these chunks yours so they're ready when you need them? Because knowing about chunks is not the same as having them ready. Exactly, and there are 3 steps. Simple, practical, starting today. 1. Spot it. Find chunks in real English, a podcast, a film, a conversation. When you hear, let's go over the details, stop. That is a chunk. Spot it. Don't listen for words you don't know. Listen for combinations you recognize but haven't made yours yet. 2. Store it. Write down the exact combination as one unit. Not go, over, and details separately, but go over the details together as one piece. Your brain stores chunks as one unit and retrieves them as one unit. 3. Speak it. Say the chunk out loud before you need it, before the real conversation. Think about conversations you have regularly, at work, with friends, at a shop. Practice the chunks you'll need out loud today, tonight. For example, if you have a meeting tomorrow, say out loud tonight, let me make a point here. Can we go over that again? Let's set a deadline and go from there. When the moment arrives tomorrow, your mouth already knows the words. Your brain doesn't have to search. You just reach and speak. Spot it, store it, speak it. Every chunk you move through those 3 steps is one less thing your brain has to build from scratch. One less moment of freezing, one less gap between your ideas and your words, until one day there's no gap at all. That's fluency. Now let's put it all together. One complete, natural conversation, all 9 verbs, all natural, the way fluent speakers actually talk. 2 colleagues, Monday morning, planning the week. Sarah, did you get a chance to go over the report? I did. I went over it yesterday. We're making good progress, but I want to make a point about the budget. Good. Should we set a meeting with the team this week to go over everything? Yes, let's do that. Can you take care of sending the invitations? Of course, I'll get on that straight away. What about the client presentation? I've been putting it off. I need to get started today. Do you need help? I can give you a hand with the slides. That would be great. Let's have a quick coffee first and then go from there. Perfect. And should we set a deadline for the final version? Yes, let's set Friday as the deadline. That gives us enough time to put everything together properly. Works for me. Right, let's get started. Did everyone hear the chunks? 9 verbs, 17 chunks. 1 Monday morning conversation. Nothing felt heavy, nothing felt forced. Just 2 colleagues talking and 9 verbs doing everything. Because that's what these verbs do. They carry the conversation so you don't have to search. You just reach and speak. Before we finish, I want to say something. Say it. Most learners spend years adding more verbs to their list, more complex, more precise, more sophisticated. But the research says something very different. Master these 9 in combination, and you unlock more of the language than any vocabulary list ever will. 9 verbs, hundreds of chunks, almost any situation in English covered. And a beautiful thing, you already know all 9 words. You always knew them, but now you know their combinations, their chunks, their power. Spot the chunks in real English, store them as one unit, speak them out loud before you need them. And the next time you're in a conversation, you won't freeze, you won't search, you won't translate, you'll just reach. Let me make a point here. Can we go over that again? Let's set a time and go from there. 9 verbs, yours, for every conversation, every situation, every day, starting today. If today's episode changed how you think about English fluency, please like this video, subscribe to English Refined, and share it with one friend who wants to finally speak English fluently. And leave us a comment. Which chunk from today are you going to spot, store, and speak first? Or write one natural sentence using any combination from today. We read every single comment, every one. Thank you for being here. See you in the next episode. Until then, keep talking, keep learning, and keep growing. Bye, everyone.